So Chuck said that Ja Morant doesn't make his teammates better. I've made similar comments, but the only issue that everybody has a problem with this is the fact that it was Chuck that said it. Now, make no mistake, all right? Charles Barkley is not only one of the 75 greatest players. We had that team come out last year, but he is one of the original 50 greatest players to ever play the game, all right? Charles Barkley is certified. If you want to educate yourself on Chuck, 44-24 Game 7 versus Supersonics in 1993. Look that up. But let's look at why he's saying these things, all right? Last year, we all know that the Grizzlies went 20-5 without Ja Morant in the lineup. Let's look a little bit deeper than that. They have wins in that span without Ja Morant. Wins over Dallas, wins over Miami, Philly, Portland, the Clippers, the Pelicans, the Nets, Bucks, Warriors, and Suns. 9 out of the 10 teams that I just mentioned were either in the play-in or they were in the playoffs last season. So they're not playing against all scrubs. They won some games against some tough teams. To do that without Ja Morant, that's impressive. But also, consider this. Desmond Bane, playing for them for 3 years, 15 points per game for his career. If I'm not mistaken, he's up to 25 right now this season. Just recently went down with an injury, but entirety of his career, 15 points. Dylan Brooks, 6 years, 15 points a game. Jaren Jackson, 5 years, 15 points a game. Brandon Clark, 4 years, 10 points a game. You add in a veteran like Steven Adams that's played winning playoff basketball and played with elite players like Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. You add in Ja Morant, who's averaging 21 points per game for the entirety of his career. I told you what they were doing without him. I told you the teams they beat without him. But you also have to look at it from this standpoint. That team is top to bottom drafted very well. They're very talented. They're a very deep team. Brandon Clark's coming off the bench. You got Jaren Jackson, Dylan Brooks, Desmond Bane, Steven Adams, and Ja Morant in the starting lineup. You come off the bench with a veteran point guard like Tyus Jones. Comes from Duke University all the way to Minnesota. Then now he plays with Memphis. I've never seen him play a different brand of basketball. Able to control the tempo of the game, initiate the offense, hit timely wide open shots, doesn't make any bad turnovers, rarely turns it over, in fact, at all. So you have him coming off the bench. You add in a few young pieces that are in the mix now, but for the most part, this team is built to be a team. They're not built to rely on just one guy. The fact that we can quote unquote say he hasn't made his teammates better. And might I add you, Charles Barkley did say he hadn't done that yet and that he didn't add that to his game yet. I completely agree because the opportunity hasn't presented itself for him to really make his teammates better. They're all talented. They're all very skilled. They can hit the outside shot. They can defend at a very high level. But they just have that one guy in Ja Morant that can put them over the edge a little bit, put them over the hump against a lot of the other teams that have superstars like Steph and the Warriors. Or if you look at Minnesota, don't look at Minnesota. They're an absolute disaster right now. But if you look at other teams around the Western Conference specifically, they have superstars. To be the superstar, you have to be one yourself or at least have one that can get the job done. Ja Morant is that. There's no doubt about it. But him making them better, I don't think he's really done that because everybody's come in and done exactly what was expected of them. That's why they play basketball so well. That's why they play great as a team, because they have players on the court that fill needs, fill roles, shoot the ball well, and late game situations they can get stops. It's not an indictment on Ja Morant. It's just a fact of the matter. Now, as his career goes on, he's going to be able to make his teammates better from the perspective of there's guys that can't get their open shots by themselves. He's going to draw attention, kick it out, wide open three, knock it down, pick and roll, lob it, dish it off. Brandon Clark's going to get some easy buckets. Steven Adams is going to get some easy buckets. But for the most part, he's not able to make them better right now because everybody's playing up to their full potential at this moment.